Alright, hey guys, it's Aiden here, and this is my first podcast video, and I've never done one before, but I thought it'd be cool to do this. So, my first thing that I'm going to be talking about, I'm going to be talking about four topics today on my podcast. First is going to be on my top five favorite movies of last year. And I would say last year for movies was definitely better than 2022, which that year was. Bleh. This year, last year, I mean, was not too bad. And, there were some movies that I was hyped for, and they did not disappoint. So, with that said, let's get to my top five best movies of 2023. Number five, Wonka. Yeah, this was easily my favorite movie of last month. And I'm so happy it's getting a lot of money. And yeah, I am quite a Willy Wonka fan. I did really enjoy the first two, but I had to be honest, I did not expect this to be that good because while I do like Willy Wonka, like the first two, I don't think I've ever really rewatched them, but this one just like it's because I just love the actor Timothy Chalamet because he's in Doom, which is one of my favorite movies. Maybe that's why I loved it so much, but like it's one of my favorite movies now. Like I just loved it. Timothy Chalamet was fantastic in the role, and he definitely deserved a Golden Globe nomination and Oscars. You better nominate him for an Oscar for Best Actor. If you snub him, I won't be happy. And yeah, like he was great in the movie. It was funny. It had great music. I would probably say it's the best thing about the movie is the songs. I was so surprised at how good the soundtrack was, and it was well paced. I was never bored. I enjoyed it from start to finish. I was invested of what was happening. I know it's getting divisive reviews, but I don't get it. I love it. I think it is easily the best movie of this winter, and everyone should see it this winter. Even like you just go see it. Like if there's any movie you should see right now that's in theaters, this is easily the one you should definitely go to. All right, number four. Number four is John Wick Chapter 4. Well, being a huge John Wick fan, this did not disappoint. This was easily one of my most anticipated movies of the year. I am a huge John Wick fan. I am also a huge fan of Keanu Reeves. He's one of my favorite actors, and this did not disappoint. I love all three of the movies, and this one is like it's not my favorite. I would still say the first one, but this is one of my favorites nonetheless. Like I thought this was a perfect conclusion to a fantastic franchise, and my thoughts on a female John Wick this summer. We'll see how that turns out. Bit iffy on it, but I think this was a good enough end to the franchise. And I know people are to say, "Oh, but it's over the top," and there's things like he could have died from. Listen, that's his character, John Wick. He's not real. He's a character that it's fake. You have to understand this is not real. Like you understand that this isn't real. Like this isn't real stuff. But like the stunts he did in this movie were quite insane, and also it was very long. Like honestly, it might have been the longest movie I saw this year. That or Oppenheimer. But that's not on my list. Sorry, it's not on my list. Relax. I mean, other than that, the action's great. Keanu Reeves is great once again as John Wick, and the action is amazing, and the effects are amazing, and just I loved it. Just, just see it if you love John Wick. Number three, my most surprising movie of the year, Barbie. Wow, I did not expect to love this movie that much because honestly, I've never been a big Barbie guy. I'm more of a, oh, I don't know, like I never got into Barbie. Like it was never something I grew up with. But man, this movie took me by surprise. This is like one of the most original movies I've seen in a long time. And Margaret Robbie's probably one of my favorite actresses now, like top five now. Yeah, top five. Like I just love her in this movie, and Ryan Gosling, which he does have a movie coming out this summer called The Fall Guy, which I can't wait for that. I mean, I've always been a fan of Ryan Gosling, and he was great in this movie. And Will Ferrell, of course, who I adore, probably stole the movie. Well, honestly, they're the three that stole the movie for me, and it was funny. It was so much funnier than I thought it would be. I was invested with the story. I loved the soundtrack, and yeah, just and I'm not surprised it's getting a lot of nominees, and I really hope it wins a lot of nominees. This when I watch Golden Globes this Sunday, it better win a lot, and hope it gets a lot of Oscar nominees too. All right, number two, my most underrated movie of the year, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Obviously, this was my most anticipated movie of this year. Indiana Jones is one of my favorite movie franchises of all time, like top 30. And I grew up with Indiana Jones. I've watched it since I was 8, and I love all the four movies. And I was so hyped for this movie that I even dressed up as him. And I even got the movie for Christmas. So, like, that's how much I love it. It's just, I thought it was honestly a perfect way to end this franchise. And I think that's enough. I think, just like with John Wick, this was the best finale I've seen. Well, it's not the best finale I've seen to any movie, but it is one of the best finales to any movie I've seen. So, yeah, just yeah, Harrison Ford once again. No, I don't care if he's old. He is still awesome, and he can still kick ass in this movie. So yeah, love it. But there's one more movie that is better. I think you all know what my favorite movie of the year was. This was obviously going to be, well, this and Indiana Jones were my two most anticipated movies of the year, but my number one favorite movie of this year, undoubtedly, is Spider Man Across the Spider Verse. Ooh, this movie was so good. Um, yeah, just I big Spider Man guy here. Like Spider Man's like honestly my second favorite superhero, just under Batman. Which here's my shirt of him. It's so shocking though that how like because honestly I've been honestly kind of giving up on Marvel, but this did not disappoint. Like I knew it was gonna be great because like I adore the first movie. It's one of my favorite animated movies of all time, and this did not disappoint. I mean, I'd still say I like the first one a little better, but this was still a fantastic sequel. And my God, just bring on the third movie already. When that cliffhanger, I'm just like, let's get that third movie already. And I know some people are saying, oh, but it's so long. I don't care. As long as I love the characters, and I still do. And the animation is wow. I I think, and yeah, this is easily the best animated movie of the year by far, and it better win Best Animated Feature. I swear to you, it better, because I don't think anything will beat it. Well, after talk about the top five best movies of the year, now we have to fortunately talk about the worst. I actually only have three movies that I can't really think of any movies I hated this year. Really, only than really three of them. So my three are what is my? All right. Well, actually, no, I have four. No, I have three. So my third worst movie of the year, and to me the most overrated movie of the year by far, is the Super Mario Brothers movie. Relax, just let me explain. I mean, honestly, I am with my friend. This movie is so bad. I'm sorry, it's bad. I mean, I've Mario is something I used to love, but now I grew out of it, and I'm way more into Sonic now. And like, that's not to say that I like Mario is my least favorite fan. No, it's not. It's just I'm not a fan of Mario. It's just not my thing anymore. And this movie just did not change my opinion. And I'm with my friend. Like Chris Pratt is one of the actors that just needs to stop voice acting. Like he needs to take a break from acting. And I think he was a miscast to voice Mario. And the only thing that saved this movie for me was Jack Black as Bowser, and he was the only good character in the movie, and the animation was great. Other than that, it's just I guess some funny parts from Jack Black, like Peaches was honestly the song Peaches was easily the best part of the movie. But besides that, like I don't get the appeal. Like it doesn't even feel like a movie. Like it just feels like this movie's just like let's bring nostalgia the whole movie. It's just pretty much nostalgia the movie. Like no plot and just I just don't get. And how did this get nominated for a Golden Globe over Leo is beyond me. Just not a fan of this movie. Okay, number two, 65. You know what? I'm not talking about this movie. Just watch people rant on this movie and you'll know how bad it is. But nothing, nothing was worse last year than this. To me is not just the worst movie of last year, but this is one of the worst sequels in movies I've ever seen. It's Make to the Trench. Fuck this movie. 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 I. Oh, this movie was a mess. An absolute mess. And I'm just, oh man, I'm so happy the guy actually did this. When I first saw Barbie at the drive-in, I actually left early to when I was watching this movie, and I had to see it a day later because I was too tired. How did I make a good decision? Because if I saw this after Barbie, my day would have been ruined. And how Warner Brothers did this after Barbie is beyond me. Like, this is how you follow up Barbie, Warner Brothers? Like, are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? And no, I don't care that my dad likes it or his girlfriend. They're stupid critics. Okay, they just don't know anything. And even if you're a fan of the first movie, don't watch this movie. Just oh man, can we stop with shark movies already? Like, can we just all know that the best shark movie will always be Jaws? Like, we all know that, obviously. And if you don't like Jaws, then something's wrong with you. I'm done with this movie. I'm done. I'm not talking about this movie anymore. Well, now that we're done with that, let's talk about my most anticipated movie of this year and my least anticipated movie of this year. This is my last topic. So, as for my most anticipated movie this year, I don't think this will shock anyone. I mean, if you know what my three favorite things are, then this is in my top three. And this was the okay. 2022 might have been a shitty year for movies, but this movie, honestly, that and the Batman saved that year. This movie especially. And I'm so happy that we're getting another one. Just after having to see a Maury movie, I'm just like, where is this movie? I want, if there's any movie that I just want to come out already, it is this movie. And now that it's finally this year coming out, although I'm still pissed I had to wait till December, I had to be pissed having to wait for a trailer. It's finally the year that I can finally see my most anticipated movie, not just of this year, but of all time, Sonic the Hedgehog 3. The first Sonic movie was great, and Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was probably, to me, the best movie of 2022. No, not just that. It is the best movie of this decade so far. Well, second maybe, but it is in my top 5 movies of this decade, and wow, just I cannot believe it's finally happening. Sonic 3 is finally happening. And you know me, I am the biggest Sonic the Hedgehog fan ever. Well, and my friend, we both adore Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog is like one of my favorite things ever. Like top three. Like I love all the video games, movies, shows, just characters. Well, some I don't like, but I love Sonic and Tails. And here's what I say to you, Paramount. One thing I want you to do with this new Sonic movie. Please bring in Amy Rose. Just please bring her in. Just, if there's one Sonic character that I want left in a Sonic movie, is Amy Rose. Just please do that. Please. And who should voice her? I guess you should pick Anna Kendrick. I would say, yeah, sure, pick her. Oh boy, but man, when this movie comes out, I'm going day one. I am not skipping the opening day. I'm going day one to see this. I'm gonna wear my Sonic costume. I'm gonna wear my Sonic costume. And I'm gonna go nuts the whole time this movie's on. Just bring this movie on already. Bring it on. As for my least anticipated movie this year, I actually have two. And they're both cartoons. Yes, they are. Actually, no. Let's go back from that. Let's talk about my second most anticipated movie of the year, and who I've man all the out of the two Pixar movies that I always wanted a sequel to, and this finally got a sequel. Although I still want WALL-E 2. Please do that, Pixar. But my second most anticipated movie of the year, and is by far my most anticipated animated movie of the year. Nothing will top it, because you know me, Pixar is like my favorite animated studio, and we're getting a sequel to one of my favorite Pixar and animated movies of all time, finally. If you were to tell me my most anticipated animated movie of this year, I would already say Inside Out 2 is my pick. Inside Out is in my top 10 Pixar movies, and is one of my favorite animated movies of all time. Now, yes, I am a little more excited for Sonic 3, but I'm still hyped for this movie. And nothing will top, I swear to God, that no animated movie this year will top Inside Out 2. Nothing. I mean, just Inside Out 2 is finally happening. Oh, it's finally happening. And yeah, having no Pixar sequel in 5 years, it's pretty awesome we get a sequel. And yeah, when I saw that teaser day one of Inside Out 2, I was like, it's actually happening. It's actually happening. 9 years or 8 years of waiting, and we finally get a sequel to Inside Out. Just like with Sonic Free, this will be the other movie I will be going day one to see. I'm going to go to the drive-in to see this opening day. I'm going to bring my Julian Sands plushie. I'm going to wear my Inside Out shirt. And I'm going to love every second of the movie. Thank you, Pixar. Just thank you. Thank you for making this happen. Thank you. Now, as for my two least anticipated movies of this year, this will be the last time I swear, okay, I promise. As for my least anticipated movie this year, if you were to tell me my three least favorite things, this would be my top three. I used to be a fan of this show. I used to love this show and the movies and the games. But now I have a huge hatred with this show. I don't hate Nickelodeon. Far from it. I actually do love Nickelodeon. How I love. Sorry, my mom's talking. Anyway, I love Nickelodeon shows, especially the Loud House and Fairly Odd Parents. There's Nickelodeon shows I love, but ones that I don't like. There's ones I don't like. The worst one being SpongeBob SquarePants. So, instead of getting a Loud House movie 2 this year, Nickelodeon, instead of getting a Fairly Odd Parents movie, an animated one for once, you just had to give a fourth movie to SpongeBob. Number one is Saving Kingy Bottom, the Sandy Cheeks movie. That's what you get, Nickelodeon. That's what you get. Stop. Stop with SpongeBob already. End the show, end the movies, end the shows. That's all I say. And I am not watching this movie. And no one will make me. No one. And as for my second, this is my last thing I'm going to talk about today. My second least anticipated movie of this year, which is my least anticipated animated movie coming to theaters this year. I'm going to say one thing right at the camera. To anyone that watches this movie over Inside Out 2, I'm going to say this to you, Illumination. Stop. Stop with Despicable Me already. Stop. Stop. I'm going to say one thing to the camera. To any of you people that pay Illumination money when you see this movie, to anyone that sees this movie over Inside Out 2 and it gets more money, shame on you. You hear me? Shame on you. Do not pay money to see this movie. Number two is Despicable Me 4. Do not pay to see this movie. Just take your kids and then you parents can go see something else. And I swear to God, this movie gets more money than Inside Out 2. I'm gonna lose my mind. Very much. Illumination, stop with Despicable Me already. End this franchise. End it. End it. And I hate this franchise. Like my friend, we never liked this franchise. Just end it. End it. End it. Well, now that we're done with that, as for anticipated TV shows this year, I don't think I have any. Well, maybe Sonic Prime Season 3. Maybe that will be my most anticipated TV show this year, and at least I have no idea. As for most anticipated video game of this year, I guess Sonic game, I guess. But now this will, and yeah. But my last topic of this will be just one more, just two more topics, and that'll be it. This will be my last two topics of this evening, of this day, I mean. So, as for my most anticipated movie of 2025, well, just look at the shirt. Wearing this shirt, you already know what my most anticipated movie of the year is. It is none other than The Batman Part 2. Wow. My two favorite movies of 2022 actually gained sequels. Yes. Yes. Even though Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is my most anticipated movie of all time and of this year, this would be my most anticipated movie of next year and my second most anticipated movie of all time because Batman is my favorite superhero ever, and he is one of my top three favorite things ever. I love Batman, I adore Batman, and I loved the first Robert Pattinson Batman movie. That was my second favorite movie of 2022. In fact, I love it so much that I own it somewhere, but yeah, and to any of you Robert Pattinson haters of Batman, shame on you. Shame on you. But what can I say? It's Batman. Why would I not be excited for a Batman movie? And I adored the first Robert Pattinson Batman movie. It was the best Batman to me since Christian Bale. Don't get me wrong, I like Ben Affleck. He's good. But Robert Pattinson, if this is your apology to Twilight, man, then I forgive you. I need to watch more movies with Robert Pattinson now because I heard like after Twilight he has become a great actor, so I really do need to watch more of his movies. But he is the best Batman since Christian Bale and Bruce Wayne. I love the first movie, and just like with Sonic 2, I'm going day one to see this movie and I'm going to dress up as Batman. And yeah, just please be great. Well, not, yeah, of course it'll be great. It'll be amazing. But yeah, nothing will be better next year than the Batman Part 2. Nothing. I know some people are say, oh, but what about your most anticipated superhero movie of the year? Isn't it Tom Holland's Spider-Man 4 movie? No, it's not. Because me and my friend hate Tom Holland. And as much as I love Spider-Man, I hate Tom Holland. And No Way Home, and I don't like Tom Holland as Spider-Man, whereas Robert Pattinson's the opposite. Um, I mean, I'm not sure about Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse yet, his most anticipated movie of next year of this year because it doesn't have a release date, so I can't count it yet. But yes, day one, going to see this movie, and please let this be a DC movie to get money again. Because man, DC's had a rocky road. But because the first one got so much money, I'm sure this will get a lot of money. So that's my most anticipated movie this year. 2025. As for release, it's SpongeBob movie, Search Your SquarePants. Just, I'm done talking about SpongeBob. I'm done. Just screw SpongeBob. Well, that's my first podcast video, and thank you all for watching. If this was too long, then I apologize. And I apologize for getting a little angry at some movies. It's just when I hate something, I kind of lose my cool a bit. So just forgive me, and we all have our opinions, and I'll respect your opinions of what you like and what you dislike. And if you disagree with anything on this list of these opinions, then that's fine. But this is my opinion, so please respect it. And as for my next thing I want to talk about, give me a minute. As for my next topic I want to talk about, I'm going to talk about tomorrow I'm going to talk about my most anticipated movies of this winter slash spring 2023. And I'll see you then when I come back tomorrow. So, bye. Have a good day, and bye.